loved the videos that were coming back from Sarah Wheel and Steve Varady and Steph Bissett. It's like, wow, crazy. Love to do that. Yeah, FOMO severely. Oh, of course, talking about FOMO. Oh, why did I say no? The
What is it?
folk are going to Japan shortly to compete
Oh, yeah, okay.
in about, 5 weeks or so. I said no. And you know what? I've always wanted to go to Japan. And I said no for two reasons. Number one, it would be if I went touring after the competition, then I'd be having to think about my lugging around my comp gear in my little cabin bag, or
hmm
thinking about how I'm going to get rid of it, send it back in the mail or whatever. It was kind of like a hassle. It was a bit overwhelming to think of at the time with the logistics. And the second one was the fear of getting around as a sole woman traveling in Japan, not knowing any of the language, not
hmm
being able to work out the rail systems. I was like, oh my God. It was just,
Oh,
at the
yeah.
time, I was going through a few things and it was just too overwhelming. And so I turned down the invitation to go. And now, of course, I'm like, oh, I wish I was going.
Yeah, I felt
Are you
this.
going to ref? Are you going to ref in Japan?
No, no, not going to Japan at all. Wasn't really interested. Mostly because of the expense. It's it's an expensive place to travel to. And I'd already dealt with my disappointment with not going to bench welts when I was in Japan, because obviously by that stage I was pretty sick and I was no longer competing. And so we always thought bench welts in Japan was going to be epic, and it was. Japan is the country that I think invests the most time and effort into becoming great bench pressers, and they really see the value of it. And so I think a bench welts there would have been amazing, but yeah, I didn't get to go.
Well, they do have some of the best bench presses on the planet.
We were yeah, we were I was with Kenneth Sandvik from Finland. So what 8-time world champion, um European Hall of Fame, IPF Hall of Fame, Finnish Hall of Fame. And I think his
Wow.
wife is in all three Hall of Fames now as well, Marcella. She's a great lifter. And so I was having pancakes and ice cream with him across the road from the hotel, and Robert Keller, the great Robert Keller, turned up and he joined us, and we were talking about old lifters. And it's still one of my favorite things to do is get the stories of these great lifters that I admire that I never got to see lift. And so Robert is a great one for being able to talk about these greats from the 80s and 90s that I wasn't around for, that I grew up reading about them in Powerlifting USA. And he said, his quote was, when God was making the design for a bench presser, he made Daiki Kadama and then just gone, you know what, I've done enough, that's it. I think Daiki's longevity and his
Oh, yeah. He's
is in,
amazing.
I don't know, I think he's like at 23 or 24 world titles now, like something
Crazy.
just nuts. And so he's still winning the 83 opens as an M2
Yep.
in
Yep.
both the shirt and raw. And every bench worlds I've been to, he does the same thing. He walks around all week with a massive smile on his face. He loves being there. He loves being part of the action. And he'll just have this little group of about 6 or 7 other lifters with him. And some of those lifters will be the same people for a few years, but they eventually change because he stays good for so long that they get good and come and go. But he just lifts all week. He's always in the warm-up area. He's always lifting, and he's always teaching. Um, and so I think
Wow.
he can be
Wow.
he's going to be up there for at least another 4 or 5 years, and either winning or being very, very competitive well into his mid 50s.
Yeah, he's crazy.